Spawning in the right side of the map, we have the red Terran player playing for Team Red Bloods NA. He is Lillekanin. Qualified with his buddy Reno, also from Red Bloods, Hanfy. I think if we missed the chat from this game, there was some BM. Oh, he just said I'm sensitive. Please don't 888 me. Heart sign. Of course, that's coming from the blue Terran player on the left. The pro 2v2 guy himself, representing LGR, a clan that no one's ever heard of, probably. He is PureLegacy. His teammate, also in this clan. I think it's like Legionary something. I'm not sure. He is Larry. So, as we start this game off, Hanfy's going to be going for the quick drone scout. Lillekanin has actually had quite a few times where Hanfy has taken his gas for him, but Lillekanin is going to buy his own refinery this game. Crystal pools, if you guys are looking at specific map features, this one's been in the 2v2 map pool about as long as I've been alive. So, you know, goes back to ancient history, but it's, you know, it's an oldie but a goodie. You have these Reaper cliffs you can go up into. PureLegacy, of course, put a depot there to spot one that might come fast. Looks like we're going to see both of them open up with, so far, single barracks. So probably just Reaper scouts into fast expanse for both Lillekanin and PureLegacy. And Lillekanin told me at the very beginning of the day when I was like, hey, you guys know we're going to be playing at 4 p.m. Eastern time. I hope you guys are ready to go, because these two, there's so much hype around PureLegacy and Larry right now. They even had like a really, really well put together hype video that was put up on Reddit just before their group was played out. And, well, they've got the momentum behind them. They came out first place in their group. They defeated Cats and Masa, and then defeated Euthermal and Psionic. They didn't even have to play versus Crank and MMA because they lost in the winners match to... actually, they lost in the first match to Euthermal and Psionic. So we won't actually get to see them play versus the Koreans unless they lose this series. But Larry's done the probe scouting. He's seen pretty much everything that needs to be seen. It's fast expands from every player this game except for Larry. But with only 2 probes mining each gas, I can't imagine he's going to do anything super crazy with this Stargate finishing. He can't... With this, I'm already thinking about Stargates. With this Cybernetics core finishing, he's pretty much exclusively stuck to the Phoenix play. But for Terran Protoss versus Terran Zerg, everything that I've heard about in the 2v2 scene is that the composition we should be seeing out of Legacy and Larry is that Phoenix opening with mech. Like, Sky Toss plus mech is supposed to be the answer to a Terran Zerg composition in the late game. And I think it's a composition that can work very, very well. Of course, we've seen them use it multiple times. However, on this map, in the qualifiers, we did see Lillekanin go for a pretty heavy feed play so that Hanfy could afford to make an absurd amount of Roach Hydra, maxing out at like 10 minutes, basically, to go for a super big push, which is actually how they defeated Terror Prime and Tang, if I recall correctly. Or it might have been Patience, and actually I think it was Patience and Terror Prime when they tried out as the first team in the first qualifier. But Larry doing what Larry does best, guys. I wasn't kidding you when I said that this is what Larry does basically every single game. The only map that they lost in their group stage before they went out 2-0, 2-1. They lost a single map to Euthermal Psionic where there was a mass Blink Stalker setup with very, very heavy Marines. It was basically designed to kill the Phoenix and then abuse the lack of units that PureLegacy had at the start of the game. So Lair on the way now for Hanfy, as he's not really mining too much gas just yet. And these Reapers come in, took off a drone. PureLegacy is trying to do some harass. He loses, almost loses one of his Reapers. And he's just dancing around trying to be annoying as all hell with these forces. Dances up. I think he's going to lose both these Reapers. I guess maybe he'll make it out to the end. Oh, yeah. This Queen did not move for Hanfy. I don't think he's going to be able to kill these. Came close, but no cigar. Both Reapers will escape for PureLegacy. It's actually a very nice break. And what was I telling you guys? Did I not just say that we were going to see some mech? Generally speaking, when you float your barracks the entire way across the map, you're not going to build Marines. That's not really a part of your strategy anymore. This Overlord scout comes in and he's like, yes, Larry, you're building Phoenix. Should I be surprised? The answer, of course, is no. He didn't see both Stargates, but you can kind of assume both teams are fully aware that the other has gone for expansions. This one's not visible, but at this point, no, there's no big push coming. And Legacy is just waiting to deny a third base. He knows that these rocks at the gold third take quite a while to take down. So by having something here, it gives them a nice way of scouting. Actually, this barracks can be like an overlord to see when that base gets taken. At the same time, he's just got some Hellions out on the map. I think we see a scan. Oh yeah, Pure Legacy scanning Hanfy. He's like, okay, what are you getting? He actually can't see anything. Scans the natural. He's like, Roach Warren and +1 with Roach Speed. Okay, so that's one way to handle the mech play that we will be seeing out of Pure Legacy. As he's now gone full economy with very little gas. He's taking the rest of his gases right now as he adds on factories, though, because he basically just opens up with lots of Hellions. One of the Phoenix actually just got grabbed there by these units. I don't believe it was a hallucination. I think he lost a real Phoenix. Yeah, he did. So that's unfortunate. Okay, the Queen is what actually killed it. I was trying to see which unit had a kill on it because the Widowmine did not. The Pure Legacy still has these Reapers that can run around. With no Zergling speed, he should be able to get in and get a nice scalp. Could even... Yeah, he's not going to die of tumor, but... just being annoying, or at least as annoying as he can be. Yeah, I was like, okay, I'll pick off a few units. Oh, he baits the Queen out! Oh, no, 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 Queen, run! Oh, no, okay, he runs, makes it back to the spore just in time, but still going to kill some drones. And, oh, Thor is here for Lillekanin! Which actually just immediately pops off these Phoenix. He is going to have to run. And these Queens, I think, conjoined by this Spore Crawler, they should be totally fine. Oh, the Widowmines are still here! Oh! Larry taking some heat. The Thor picking off one of the Phoenix from the side. So we've seen them actually handle this Phoenix opener very, very well. And Larry, what is he going to do? He's still just building Phoenix. He's taking a third base. He wants to add on more Stargates, maybe get that +1, while Pure Legacy gets to work on these destructible rocks. So this game has already taken a very interesting turn in that we have a much faster Void Ray transition out of Larry than usual. He's realized that the Phoenix count is not going to be able to snowball because the defenses that have been set up against it are just a little bit too solid. Maybe he could come get some drones here off the side. Actually, just noticed Hanfy is missing a drone here on this gas, which is, you know, I guess it sucks, but it happens. He's got 3 spores. Like, no, it's not going to happen to me, not today. And since Lillekanin is also going to play mech, we basically have Roach Hydra mech versus Air Toss mech. And Air Toss is a very stocky composition that, generally speaking, hard counters the everlasting crap out of mech. You know, Hellions are good, tanks are strong, but they don't shoot up. And that's where things are going to get tricky for the red team, because Lillekanin, while he is building a good amount of Thors, those are mostly to deter the Phoenix, I'd have to imagine. If he really thinks he's just going to play Mass Thor Hellbat against Air Toss, I don't know. He needs to get a quicker Starport transition than that. That Widowmine, the Widowmine's actually hidden under creep. I didn't even notice these. You see, I'm such a great observer. He actually just takes another couple big pot shots at those Phoenix. I think he might have actually killed a few more. How many Phoenix has Larry lost this game? Okay, just 2. Not a lot, but it's annoying because if he ever gets into a big fight, he's pretty much going to start getting one-shotted by those Thors that are on the map. Pure Legacy secures the gold base during all of this, and finally Lillekanin's going to take his third, and this barracks could always come in and check on this a bit later. But Pure Legacy just kind of sharking around the map with these Hellions, looking for anything that they can get done as another Nexus starts up for Larry, and picks off a creep tumor. He's trying to bait out units that he can lift up. Oh, okay, grabs that Widowmine. But the Thor is here, and the Thors are just... Whoa, he attacked one of his own roaches. Why would you do that? Okay, he transfused them. They're best friends again. I do love the randomly placed Widowmines. This is Lillekanin's way of basically saying, screw your Phoenix. Like, you just have too many of them. And we have Infestors here for Hanfy, chilling in the main. He's going up to a Hive Tech. Lillekanin and Hanfy, I don't know if you guys could tell, but it really seems like they've thought long and hard about how they want to handle the way that Pure Legacy and Larry play. And this is where we're starting to see some real, true 2v2 action. Of course, it wouldn't be a team game if there wasn't somebody who used mass Void Raids as a legitimate strategy. So Larry's going to focus on that Air Toss. He's getting the +1. He's getting his fleet bacon. And, yep, Pure Legacy's going to be able to scout this third. He's like, okay, yeah, okay, I know you've taken that base. I know you've taken it now. But let's see what he can do here, as we do see Hanfy taking the southern expansion. So this is going to be the first base he takes that's actually quite vulnerable. This is going to be the first one that can be hit a lot. And actually a scan from Pure Legacy, because he's moving out with his Hellion, sees this. I think this should be an easy deny for Pure Legacy. I will say the mech upgrades are looking better for Lillekanin. Vipers are on the way out now. Oh my god, Larry's going into carriers. Okay. We actually saw Larry use carriers in their last game against Actually, they used it This looks very similar, now that I think about it, to the strategy that they used versus Masa and Cats on this map. Except when they played Masa and Cats, the Phoenix did a lot more damage. That Widow Mine gets another kill. These Widow Mines are also great for spotting on the map. He's like, you're gonna kill these rocks? I've got range! Boom! It's like, back it up. He scans, he's like, damn you, Thor, damn you! Didn't actually cancel this hatchery, by the way. Because he moved all those units here. So that's like the one negative side effect. I think he could have killed this, or at least tried to deny it. But the Roaches and Hydralisks are a bit too strong. Raven transition from Lillekanin. If there's one thing that Lillekanin is known for in the StarCraft community, it is building, well, lots of Ravens. He drawed out one of the longest games ever in a qualifier for a tournament against, I can't actually remember the Zerg's name anymore. I don't know if he plays anymore after that, but Larry's going to finally pick up some of Lillekanin's siege tanks. He finds an open spot, but the Phoenix is super clumped. Takes a big volley from the Thors, loses a couple more Phoenix, and the more he hangs around here, oh, that's really risky. Larry is kind of close to maxing out, so I can understand why he doesn't want to show himself as having too much Phoenix, since they're not going to be able to actually kill the main army. But he's lost solid 6 Phoenix now. These Thors managed to get a couple nice kills. That was pretty good. This map is starting to get split. Lillekanin warned me. He's like, you know what? I think one of the reasons we should do best of 3s is because my series versus PureLegacy and Larry is going to go long. These guys have really, really studied how not to die to each other's strategies. But the first big move out. This is the first big commitment from either one of these teams. Now, we do have a Swarm Host transition coming out of Hanfy while the Raven production continues. He's getting some extra Vikings out just in case he has to deal with those Void Rays. But the tanks are not in position to actually come here and defend this. Where are Lillekanin's tanks? Has Lillekanin even been building tanks? No. He only has 3 that were pre-positioned. So there's actually nothing here aside from the Swarm Host Viper play that can actually deal with this. And because of that, he's going to lift this command center. He knows he can't defend it. Here come the Void Rays. I don't actually know how he's going to be able to stop this. I think that they were expecting a much bigger air force or them to wait much longer. It seems that Lillekanin and Hanfy just investing into some later game upgrades. Like, I can see where the Blinding Clouds help, but he has to wait until there's a really, really, really big fight. And here we go. Okay, ducks up a couple of siege tanks. Abducts a few more siege tanks. The carriers begin to unload their payloads, though, and this is where things get really tricky. The point defensive energy immediately burned through by those interceptors and the carrier force being pushed back as the siege tanks get on top of Lillekanin's 3rd base. Now, this command center is going to have to fly away. At the same time, you have a little bit of a Roach counterattack going towards the gold base of Larry. Blinding Cloud's one of the tanks that do get close, but there's actually nothing here for these Vipers to consume to get more energy for Abducts. I will say the Abducts that he got were quite strong, but what does he have to actually answer these carriers? The Widow Mine. Oh, wow, the Widow Mine actually killed 5 interceptors. That was pretty cool, but there's just so much air force. Can he stop this? The Vikings are pushing forward at the same time. The gold base for Larry has been defended. The Void Rays are starting to drop. The Queens are actually getting it done against the Void Rays. The Void Rays are all dying right now. The Vikings can start to get to work on top of the carriers. The Abducts, the carriers. Larry's carriers being pulled into the army of these Hydralisks combined with the Vikings of Lillekanin knocking down all of this. And without that Air Force, this means the Vipers can freely move in to abduct any more siege tanks. They can freely move in to Blinding Cloud and allow the Hydralisks to move in. And PureLegacy and Larry just got to back the hell up as they're starting to be chased. Now the carrier is such an expensive fleet, going to be completely eradicated by the air army of our Terran player. And he says, I know I can't save these carriers. I'll just have to target down a Viking or 2 before I go down. And so many resources lost in this battle. The Hellions for Lillekanin run by and actually clean up Larry's gold base from any type of mining whatsoever as he floats out to take the island. And these Hellions are going to come to push him back for PureLegacy, but man, oh man, what a sick fight. Actually holding off at the last moment against those carriers was absolutely amazing. So many resources lost for Larry. He's lost 14K. Jesus. This game has been absolute madness. We have a Roach here. Wow, so exciting. Wrecked. As this should pull some units over to help defend. More and more Roaches are actually coming across as he doesn't know that Larry's taking this right side base yet. He sees the pylon, but these tanks are actually not sieged up, so maybe the Roaches can trade out. He kills a tank. He could kill a couple Hellbats too. Ideally, he wants to deny this base, but I don't think he's going to be able to. He does have Burrow, so maybe he could try that. Force the scan out. Well, Hanfy's is not going to burrow at all, but the Hydralisk army comes up, cancels this base, and there's not still a lot of anti-air. There's 3 carriers for Larry, but I think with how clumped up this army is, it wouldn't take more than just a few Blinding Clouds to completely shut that down. And Lillekanin's getting ready to siege up now against this base of PureLegacy. Lillekanin wants to knock this down. There's so many planetaries and missile turrets, but here comes the Blinding Clouds. He's actually jumped on top of the tanks. As much as the tanks were spread out, he had 5 Viper worth of blinding clouds. So the tanks unsees, they run back, starts getting some abducts, but the carriers are coming into flank for Larry. He's going to be able to buy him some time. Lillekanen's army is not in position. There's only Hydralisks right now for Hanfy in position to defend this. Both players are pushing on 2 separate fronts. The planetary is starting to take some damage. He actually got building armor on this, so that the planetary forces would last longer. Even high-sec auto-tracking, so that it could have a maximum amount of range. And these Banshees, they can't really get close because those high-sec auto-tracking turrets are very, very problematic to deal with all that range. And the carriers are going to come over. How many carriers are on the map? 9. So all 9 carriers right here for Larry to try to stop this. There's a good amount of Vikings. He's got a Widow Mine or 2 to space out on the edge. So I think this should be manageable. But I don't see where he has any Ravens. In fact, his only 2 Ravens are just now coming over. But, you know, 9 carriers with the Phoenix support should be able to deal with this. A Thor is going to show up to help anchor the defense for Lillekanin as he picks off another one of the orbital, one of the planetaries, and now the Phoenix are going to move in. The carriers start to pick units off. He's running in. Oh, the Infestor gets lifted up. He's running right through the missile turrets, and the Thor is just showing absolute reckless abandon here. No fear fighting against this army whatsoever. The carriers are breaking the missile turret line. The Vikings are running. The Banshees are going to cloak and try to escape, but all the Vikings do get picked off, and that means he can continue to push if he really wanted to. There's still 8 carriers alive. I guess most of them lost quite a few. Actually, most of them lost all their interceptors, so that's something he'll have to replace. But at the same time, PureLegacy actually managed to smash through because all the Zerg forces of Hanfy were driven across the map to try and defend Lillekanen's army. He lost his base on the right side. Now, we do have 7 swarm hosts on the map. The swarm host transition is beginning for Hanfy. Guys, believe it or not, they're starting to mine this map out. The first 4 bases are very low. The 3rd base is very low. And now it's just coming down to these corner bases that the players are going to be trading on for quite some time. Thankfully for Hanfy, he has the biggest bank in this game, but PureLegacy has the biggest gas bank, which he can funnel into Larry for Void Rays later on. Banshees are going to swing around the side, try to deny this base. Of course, these Banshees have +3, and look at this. You know, you can only scan with Phoenix in a 2v2, and he cleans that bad force up. Just scans dropping all over the map. Sonic Storm being researched by Larry as he's getting +3 Protoss air, adding on 8 gates, and a Nidus network coming in for Hanfy. I'm not sure where he's going to Nidus. Maybe he uses it to try to defend the island position, as these Phoenix are going to show up. The carriers are coming to deny this island base. I can't say I'm too strictly opposed to this. It's just net wrecks that command center. I mean, carriers with +3 are among some of the highest DPS units in the game. And I think someone once told me they are the highest DPS unit in the game. He's going to come in here, and these missile turrets, they just can't do anything. There's no building armor for Lillekanin, so his missile turrets, frankly, suck. Like, they're just so weak. He's going to be able to clear off all of this. Now, how many Vikings do we have? Just 7? 3 Ravens? I don't actually think there's enough here to deal with the carriers. He needs to abduct. He needs to abduct the carriers, but the Phoenix are going to prevent the Vipers from getting close. So this is still a very tricky position. I'm still liking where I think Hanfy needs to give gas to Lillekanin so that he can get more Vikings out. He's building 7 Ravens at once. Jeez Louise, that's an absurd amount. So swarm hosts are starting to pressure this base. There's tanks covering this. Tanks backed up by swarm hosts. The future is now, boys. And Larry, who normally likes to sit at a comfortable 106 probes, is starting to sack a few. He's down to just 91. As these carriers, they're continuing to deny the bases over here in the center of the map. Like, he is not afraid. The Vipers are coming up. Maybe he's going to try to abduct these. He could abduct them. The Phoenix have flown way too far from the carriers. Grabs one of them. Oh, pulls another carrier over. So 2 carriers insta-give there. Not even losing one of those Vipers. That was a pretty sexy play there, Hanfy. Pretty sexy. Not bad at all. And I don't think he wants to push into this, but he's definitely bought himself a lot of space to secure this gold base because Lillekanin really needs this. He really needs that gas. When you're building 7 Ravens at a time, you need a lot of gas to do that. In case you guys didn't know, it takes a lot. 7 Ravens. Oh my god. That's 14. That's 1,400 gas a minute. I don't even know if it's possible to mine that much. He's got to be getting fed a little bit, or he just can't afford to produce that much for much longer. The carriers are going to try to deny the northwest expansion once again, as the Corvette reactor is coming in for Legacy, who will also be switching into Raven soon, plus some melee for Hanfy. Lots of scans being dropped. Like, there's just so many scans. PureLegacy has so many orbital commands, so many command centers. He can just keep track of the opposing army for days. He actually has... How many orbital commands? Let's just see. There are 9 orbitals for PureLegacy. There are 6 orbitals for Lillekanin. Goodness gracious. This game has gotten absolutely bazonkers. The carrier Phoenix force is getting ready to push up on the right side of this top base. Oh, he's got Templar. He's going to try to feed back the Vipers. Is he going to get them? Nope. Well, there's still... You can still storm the Hydralisks if they get too close. He can feed back the Ravens as well. These Templar are very, very important for Larry to be able to do what he wants to do in this game. I wouldn't even mind seeing Larry pick up a few Templar in the Phoenix, excuse me, in the War Prism. Oh, he's going to take the island base with the probe. Well, that's just adorable. More scans from Lillekanin as his Raven fleet's in position, and everybody's just scanning each other. Larry says, I'm going to move in right now. There are some Spores and Spines, but he's going to try to overwhelm this top position, moving through into the Siege Tank and Locust Fire. The Locusts are going to try to push through this, and at the same time, the Carrier is starting to deny the space. Once again, picks off a turret. There's not that many Carriers left, in all honesty, though. There's only 7 Carriers. And he has managed to clear out a lot of this, but he hasn't pushed through just yet. There's still the support here of the Swarm Host. There's still Siege Tanks for Lillekanin. He's going to try to Secret Missile down the weakened Siege Tank, so he'll kill a tank. Boom. So maybe Pure Legacy tries to push in again. Actually, Lillekanin is just backing up. He wants to be closer to the Swarm Hosts, and this does mean that there's some more open ground for Pure Legacy to push from. Is he not going to build more carriers? What is Pure Legacy maxed? What is Larry maxed on? 21 Phoenix, 7 carriers, and 7 High Templar. Why does he have 92 probes? Does he actually need to have 92 workers? Pure Legacy has 80 SCVs as well. These guys are just like, it seems like their strategy is to just mine the map out really quick and fast. That's the only thing I can think of. It looks like these Ravens come and try to Secret Missile a little bit, or something just happened there. Maybe this tank got a pot shot off. I'm not entirely sure. Vipers are looking to maybe abduct these siege tanks, but the Vikings and Ravens. So Pure Legacy in position, abducts a Raven. Okay, a Raven kill is nice. As the front, it seems that we have moved to the southeast front of this great war. Actually, the carriers are still getting ready to look for another opportunity to move in, and I think he wants to try to feed back the Ravens that come to defend. He threw a couple Secret Missiles. Oh, he Secret Missiled the Templar too! Oh no! Oh no, 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 no! Picks off one of the Templar and a bunch of Changelings. Oh wow, Hanfy's actually blocking the Templar with Changelings. He just thrown out a bunch of Secrets on all the Templar. And oh, what? He doesn't care. At the same time, he's still pushing in over here. The Vipers are waiting, abducting more and more of the Vikings, but the Secret Missiles are going to clear out the tanks. And if the tanks all get killed, Pure Legacy has such a large mech force, he could actually make another move in, while Larry has that Archon Carrier High Templar force. More Swarm Hosts are being added for Hanfy to try to break this siege line. But with this many tanks, he's got something like 20 siege tanks right here. Actually, that's exactly how many siege tanks are in this base. The Hydralisk force is strong, but very flimsy. Ling run by for Hanfy. He's actually using some Zerglings in the late game. Picks off a good amount of probes. Larry is now down to a very low number of probes. Just 80. Kappa HD. And oh boy, he's going to come in here once again. These tanks are very low, so the Secret Missiles should actually just start to kill them very fast. But more Lings moving over here. Oh, these tanks are actually pushing. The carriers have been baited. He baited the carriers away, so he's going to try to attack this base. Once again, the siege tanks are wailing on this planetary. There's a good 1,600 gas left, so he really needs this expansion. Oh, the Vipers! He's going to get the carriers. The carriers are all out of position. Where are the Phoenix? He pulls 3 carriers over. The Vikings are able to fight this too. Point Defense Storm is going to help keep the Hydralisks alive. And, oh god, the Phoenix came in from the side. They actually managed to pick off a couple of the Swarm Hosts, it looks like, but he lost quite a few of his carriers. He's down now to just 4 carriers in this game. And more Secret Missiles are going to be thrown on all the siege tanks of Pure Legacy. It's Hellfire hitting everything. Oh my god, this freaking game. He's going to try to Secret Missile the other Ravens. Ravens Seekering each other. I'm sure, you know, no matter what it is, it's somebody's aesthetic. As more Point Defense turns to cover against the Vikings. And do not move your Hydralisks into that. He's going to come up. He's got the Storm as well on top of this. He's Secret Missiling the carriers, but... Oh, he's Secret Missile the Templar! Oh, the Templar are going to die to the Secret Missiles. He kills every last one of them. There's no more feedbacks, no more Storms for Larry. And the carriers are actually taking an absurd amount of Secret Missiles on top of them. And if he doesn't run away... Okay, just barely escapes in time. At the same time, he did clear up this base. That probe built a dozen cannons at the Nexus in the northwest position of the map. And it's just trading out Secret Missiles trading. Takes a little bit of a hit there. This game has just been nuts. Hanfy could Nidus this base. He does have an Overseer granting some vision. We do have Zealots for Larry being sent over to the northwest to deny, maybe get in on one of these bases that are still orbital commands. I actually like this a lot. And there's the Nidus. Hanfy is going to use this to deny the southeast island base. 2v2 in all its glory, guys. We are seeing... I think this is about the highest level 2v2 I've ever seen. Like, this is just so many little things being done by both teams. Now he drops the Hydras out. He's like, okay, Hydra Ling. He even got 3-3 for his Lings. Well, not the +3 attack, but he got Adrenal Glands. The Phoenix are going to come in and try to stop this, but he needs to get the carriers over here. And this is also going to bait him away. The Zealots are actually getting to work on this base. Lillekanin needs to bring some of his units back, and he will be able to do that. He will take care of these lanes at the same time. Oh my goodness. Seekers being thrown out. Oh, okay, none of them detonated. He did Blinding Cloud some tanks so he could move forward again. Oh, he's got a ton of Seeker missiles. All the siege tanks of Larry are caught out of position. Even some of the Ravens are going to take some shots. He kills every last siege tank of PureLegacy over here. Just 3 onto the side. But now, actually, how many Ravens does Lillekanin have? He has 40 Ravens. Holy shit. 40 Ravens, and he abducts all the Ravens of PureLegacy, who only has 17. Oh, the Seeker missiles hit some of the Hydralisks. Good splits, though. This space does finally get denied, and even Take TV's computer can't handle this madness as the Phoenix continue to move in. The Locusts are coming in, the Hydras fighting behind the point differential to try to take out the carriers. And I've never seen an engagement like this in my entire life casting StarCraft. You have that 6 Viper hit squad. They're starting to die slowly as he's trying to abduct in these Ravens. There's no more point defense energy, and without the siege tank support, he's actually moving the Hydralisks in and getting some kills. There's not that many storms available. Oop, that storm wasn't bad, but there's plenty of transfuses here for Hanfy. As they've resecured the northwest base, he's actually taken the old base of Larry, but Larry rallies his carriers into the missile turret. He's repairing. Oh my god, is that missile turret gonna kill a carrier? The dream is alive. No, okay, close enough. The Seeker missile might do the job, though. Okay, that doesn't detonate either. Very, very close, and Larry is going for the mothership. He's moving in the Ravens and the Vikings on the right side, trying to get in some Seeker missiles on the Void Rays. He's actually targeting quite a few of them. He's going to be able to really clean this out. Loses a couple of the Swarm hosts. Not all of them, though. Oh, some Ravens of PureLegacy do walk straight into Hydralisk fire, though. He's getting a pylon here. That was pretty funny. Wow, oh wow, the Hydras have pushed back PureLegacy's forces down to the southeast side. Larry sends some more zealots to shut down this Nidus worm in his base. A Banshee for Lillekanin shows up at the at the island base in the northwest, and Larry's like, okay, I'll blink some stalkers over, I'll kill these. But that means he has to get a Warp Prism over here to actually get the stalkers out of his base. PureLegacy's out of gas. PureLegacy's actually totally out of gas. Lillekanin still has a ridiculous amount since he took all these bases. And PureLegacy, without any gas, can't really supplement this Raven force anymore. He's only building 2 Ravens at the moment. Keep in mind, most everybody is maxed out, but PureLegacy is one of the... he's the only player that's not maxed. Tempests have come out for Larry, but the Swarm hosts are still going to work. Seeker missiles on the Swarm host on the right side doing a little bit of damage. Hanfy has a really good bank. Larry, though, does have the best bank in the game. He's got 10k, 4k, but usually it is the gas that determines who wins these fights. As the Phoenix move in, he actually just scans and picks up a lot of them. Point defense drones thrown down, and let's see if we can actually end this engagement. The Raven count, very, very low. It's only 6 Ravens for PureLegacy, whereas Lillekanin has 43 Ravens. 43 goddamn Ravens. I don't have words for this. Well, the Swarm hosts are going to move in, and as long as they're dealing some damage, which, by the way, damage, that siege tank was not at 6 hit points before, so they're going to slowly trickle away on them. And with this few Ravens, PureLegacy is going to be hard-pressed to throw down enough point defense drones to keep him away. Yeah, he can throw down preemptive ones, and these Ravens for Lillekanin could move in. Oh, there's the Templar, though. The feedbacks could be very juicy. The feedbacks, the point defense drones, which is actually quite nice, so that they do not have any energy to block the shots of the Vikings with. Oh, feedbacks 2 Ravens. Nice. He's trying to get some spores to move forward with. Oh, Seeker missiling the Templar. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, doesn't kill any, Man, moving forward with Ravens that have 18 hit points is pretty brave. He got a Widow Mine over here. SCVs are trying to kill it, but it has +3 armor. That's not how this game works. That's not how it works. The carriers are showing up once again. Larry. PureLegacy, yeah, they mined out all their bases. They mined the map out. He's got all of his SCVs here to fight. 61 SCVs for PureLegacy. And here we go. A couple more abducts are going to bring the Vikings in, and I think we're slowly seeing the beginning of the end for the blue team here in map number 1, as the economy has been denied far too well. Like, Larry just needs to start giving his bank back to his teammate, but PureLegacy doesn't seem like he's getting that feed from his teammate, and that's really hurting him. A bunch of auto turrets going to be thrown down with point defense on support against the photon cannons at the southeast island base. The northwest island base was actually cleared out again by Banshees recently. Some Zealots managed to get in here for Larry. There's actually still a lot of money here that could be muled out by Lillekanin, as Legacy is just going to, what is it, long distance mine? Where are these SCVs going? Where is their pilgrimage headed to? Oh, wow. Oh, that Widow Mine just wrecked quite a few of them. Auto turrets still doing work here. Zealots working here. Swarm hosts pushing in. Oh, it seems like some... oh, the Phoenix, actually! Oh, he baits the Secret Missiles into a bunch of the I don't know, Ravens. But he didn't kill that many. He's still 29. It's very hard to follow all the action that's going on here, guys. Like, oh my goodness. He's getting to work on this Nexus. These Zealots are actually still running around as Lillekanen's getting more Banshees to that northwest base. Goodness gracious. He did lose a good amount of Ravens, but yeah, how many Ravens total lost? 34 for Pure Legacy, though. Only 16 lost, and now the Nidus comes up here just outside the range of these cannons. These Stalkers for Larry are not in position to do anything. All these SCVs are just trying to kill Creep Tumors because they're useless right now. And Hanfy should be able to deny this base a little bit because the carriers are very, very far away. They're all in the southwest base, all the way in the southwest, or southeast, excuse me. I've lost my ability to keep track of things. So the Mothership makes it very difficult to push into this because it's going to cloak everything against the Locust. The Locust can't fight that much anymore. Hanfi's building a hive. If you guys are wondering why Hanfy got a lair here and why he might get a hive at the southeast base, it's 100% because as this Nidus network clears up in the northwest base, he's getting that lair because he wants to have more hit points on this hatchery so that it's harder to focus down. Hatcheries only have 1,500, whereas the lair gets an extra 500. He's starting to abduct the carriers, though. He Seeker Missiles them, too. And I think he should be able to pick off a couple of them. Nope, not just yet. The point defense drone's working out well for both teams as these cloaked Vikings throw out some more volleys. But let's see. Pure Legacy has dropped below 100 supply. His mineral count is not going to be particularly useful in this game. Larry is starting to build probes again. Larry, you have probes that aren't even mining. What are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Oh, pulls in a couple more Viking Seeker Missile. The loneliest Hydra. Died by himself by the cliff. SCVs versus Creep Tumors. And then Hellions. Actually, yeah. Okay, now he's building 5 carriers. Okay, Larry. 5 carriers. I see how it is. As these auto turrets go to work. Goodness gracious. These 4 Stalkers. Larry, do something! Do something, Larry! These Vikings for Pure Legacy are moving forward. He's trying to see if there's anything he can snipe or clear out the point defense drones. But Lillekanin has 43 Ravens again. And when Lillekanin has 43 Ravens, he's a very difficult man to kill. Oh yeah, he's just slowly inching forward. Pure Legacy doesn't really have anything, actually. His army supply purely consists of 12 siege tanks, which are about to die to these Seeker Missiles. Quite a few of them actually just get picked off. Lings moving in on these cannons. We have the Dragon Cleavage build of all these queens. Yeah, queens, transfuse. Hype, hype. Oh, the Tempests are starting to trade some blows, but more Seekers onto the tanks means that the Swarm hosts can actually start to move forward again. This Nexus will die. The transfuses have been very real all the way throughout this game. A War Prism gets in. Larry's like trying to get some Zealot harass done, but that doesn't really matter at this point. Lillekanin still has his pure maxed out Mega Deluxe Double Cheeseburger army. And, oh boy. If someone drops out right now, I'm actually just going to cry. This would just be the end. Oh, goodness. Oh, God. I really don't want to do this game. Oh, man. Fast forwarding to this point in the game. Okay. His computer's probably just dying. Really, really painful death. Cloaks to Banshees. Hanfy pauses the game. Hopefully everything's okay. I'm imagining that he's like, okay. I think he knows the fix for this. I can message him. I think he knows how to fix this. Woof. We just have a moment, guys. Just give me a second. I think it's fixable. If you... Okay, he fixed it. Okay, he fixed it. There's a fix for it. Woo! Well, guys, you just had your little, 30-second reprieve here. And... I think that the red team's got this because Pure Legacy is totally broke. He's flat broke. He's got 5 Vikings now and 9 Hellions. That's it. He lost all his SCVs. These Hellions are just on creep clearing duty, and that's not going to help him too much. I think a command center here with some mules would have been much more useful for the blue team to let the Terran player get the island bases, but I don't know if it matters anymore. He's starting to abduct the carriers. He abducts the Mothership into the Hydralisks. Mothership down. Going for the carriers, too. He's Seeker Missiling the carriers, dropping dozens of the Seeker Missiles. Are they going to detonate? Nope. Okay. Get closer. Get a little closer, baby. These cannons dying. Queens. There's so many scans. I'm going to hear this sound in my sleep for the rest of my life now. How many Ravens? 46 Ravens. He's going up to 49 Ravens, Lillekanin, in this 2v2. The Tempest carrier fleet for Larry is repositioning itself. Larry's actually broke. Larry's not even building anything anymore. He's so low on gas, I don't know what he's supposed to do. Like, I actually don't know what Larry does. The Vikings and Ravens show up at this space. He drops the point defense drones and the auto turrets. They're going to be able to kill the photon cannons without any difficulty whatsoever. I mean, the cannons have the +3 shields, which is nice, but I don't think it really matters at this point. He's killing some SCVs, but he's actually just freeing supply for more Ravens to be built. The carriers are coming over. He wants to deny this base because there's about 1,000 minerals left here, maybe 1,200. Seeker missiles. Oh, please just Seeker all the carriers. I want to see it. I want to see it now. The Templar in position, though, to get the feedbacks on those dirty Ravens. Swarm hosts are working away on these Nexi. The auto turrets will eventually clean this up. And here we go. Abducts a carrier into the Hydra. Second carrier, third, fourth, fifth carrier. All get abducted into the missile turret. Hydraless force. He continues to pull him back just a little bit more. And Larry is just running out of absolutely everything. Pure Legacy has nothing remaining save for 5 Vikings. And Hanfy starting to press forward. He sees there's nothing underneath those Tempests to keep those bad boys safe. A Storm trying to push him back, but there's so much Zerg, so much bank. The Ravens come by putting the auto turrets. You actually cannot Psionic Storm auto turrets. That doesn't work against them. The Hydra's continuing to move in on this northwest base. He's going to drop auto turrets under the carriers. And this is the last stand of Larry and Pure Legacy in this game. GG is called. Lillekanin and Hanfy take game number 1 after a 50-minute 2v2. Now you guys will have to excuse me as my head melts. Holy shit, this is one of the great... That was one of the